But these people did not go to school. Then Buhari refused to return them. He brought them himself and the governor of Kaduna State. How do you think Hausa Fulani can fight in Oreondo and that land belongs to them? How many years do you think they are going to fight it? Do you know how many Yorubas still living in Brazil? Do you know how many Yoruba living in Venezuela? Do you know how many Yoruba living in Mexico? Do you know after India, China, Yoruba is the largest race. They should rethink very well. That, do they need to, what is 25 million doing in that church? Is it bringing back that life? Since they've been keeping people in Delta everywhere, has Tinubu been there before? So, my brother, who is filthy, let it be filthy here. It may not be today or tomorrow. All those that have hand in the killing of that lady will pay with their life. No problem. They can kill whatever they want to kill in Nigeria. We are harmless. And even they said they are planning now that maybe by the month of October, the soldiers will be going everywhere, ransacking houses. What is the problem? What are they ransacking? So after ransacking everything, we pay them salary. They didn't have a job in their regime. They didn't commission road. They didn't commission factory. They didn't commission anything. All the people that was even having their way during the Buhari and Obasanjo's Tinubu regime and then Osinbajo regime are those people who kidnap. That is what we celebrate every day. 10 people will go out, 5 will come back home. But God never stopped giving babies to the country. And the people living abroad too, they're having babies. You get the point? Yes, so sir. That's the reason why we need to wait on the Lord. And what they are planning, they will fail. Who helped Buhari with some money? Although he never forget that boy, the boy is still in the Aso Rock till tomorrow. So before you see Buhari, you can see that guy is there. I've forgotten his name, I will tell you later. So that is him. People will suggest, when they kill people in Benue, the president's office, he never knew what happened. I think he's a good president. With what happened in our Sunday, he's supposed to have run to the place. That cannot happen in America. Look at the shooting in Buffalo, sometimes ago, about last month. The second month, the very morning, it happened on Sunday or weekend, but Joe Biden was there. That's about life.
Yesterday, sir, because when you traveled and running up these ones, the prelate of the Methodist Church, His Eminence Samuel Uche, was kidnapped when he was coming from a conference in Owerri. He was on his way to the airport. He was kidnapped with some of his aides and some of his 2 other people. But thank God, they shot the vehicle, but the driver ran into the bush and the orderly escaped. But they kidnapped this elderly man, took him into the bush, and he said those young guys were Fulani guys that he was speaking Fufude, and one of them had knowledge of Igbo language. He analyzed it in a broadcast to Channels TV, how they kept them, how they made them to bring in 100 million. They want to kill them. They said it has to be 150 million. Eventually, there was mercy through diplomacy. So his church members all over the world started praying. They raised the money, how they brought the money, how they macheted. In fact, one of his eyes is even blood now because he used the eyes to hit the tree and it was blood. So he gave a lot of analysis that those boys were even telling them that we are now everywhere, that we're in all the bush, Lagos, Ibadan, where we are in all your bush, that very soon we're going to deal with you, we're going to take care of you, we're going to take your land. That they said a lot of things, humiliating statements to him, that when they even give the money in 5 Ghana must go back 20 million, they let them out to the border between Owerri, that's Imo State and Abia State, and tell them to go, that they are now free. That's after almost a week in custody.
Dead bodies.
And that there was a place they saw dead bodies of people that have cut their head, mashed them, killed them because maybe they couldn't pay ransom and all that. So he gave us that analysis. It was published June 1, and just yesterday, June 5, there was a gun killing in Owode in St. Francis Catholic Church, and a lot of people were just killed then. And it's crazy. The scene is bad. Old people, young people, even kids were gunned down. And right now, that's the national issue now. This morning, the Vice President has been there. Even Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he was there, that he's even giving money for pacification, and a lot of them has been going there. So, is there a way out of all this, especially as it relates what His Eminence, the prelate of the Methodist Church, Uche Samuel, said about his experience in the hand of kidnappers and how God miraculously saved them after paying 100 million ransom?
Thank you very much, Benga. When you look at the book of Genesis 16, from 10, he said the Muslims are going to be what? Too forceful. And they are going to cause trouble, commotion. And this is what we'll be facing. We never knew it's our turn. They did that in Libya. They did that in Cameroon. They did it everywhere, but they cannot win in Nigeria. Either come rain or sunny, they will not be able to win. You see, the Christians are too humble. Until they push them to the wall. And Nigerians are too, all the churches, and even at the time of Buhari woke up us that we need security. But before, we can put your plantain there, you can put your yam there, you can put everything there. A small boy can stay by the road, sell it. The names, the price is there. But now if they saw the small boy, they will carry the small boy and carry the yam and go. When you look at the book of Jeremiah, Jeremiah 8:18, then when you look at the book of Psalm 11 verse 3, then when you look at the book of Job 2 and Job 3, then when you look at the book of Jonah 2, Jonah 3, and look at the book of Ezekiel 37, we have, and then Lamentation 4 and Lamentation 5. Yeah. Yeah, he said, is there any no physician in the land? But these people did not go to school. Then Buhari refused to return them. He brought them. Himself and the governor of Kaduna State. How do you think Fulani can fight in Oreondo and that land belongs to them? How many years do you think they are going to fight it? Do you know how many Yorubas still living in Brazil? Do you know how many Yoruba living in Venezuela? Do you know how many Yoruba living in Mexico? Do you know, after India, China, Yoruba is the largest race. They should rethink very well. And during the time of civil war, go and ask the Igbo what they face in the hand of the Yorubas. Then during the time of Afonja, they will drive us to the war. Where they started now, they are going to pay hell. They started from Ondo State. Give them 1 month, they will be crying. You remember Shagari did the same thing in election 1983. He wanted to make that place a battle land when he made the Mobile to run against Ajasi. But at the end of the day, when 10 truck of trailer of soldiers, a woman stood on the road with one egg in their hand, and when he finished what he's supposed to do, none of the soldier was unable to remove their uniform till all of them got perished. And if they wanted to, if they consult the Ogun people, some consult the Oya people, let everybody use what they know. This is the time of what happened in the book of 1 King 18 from 10. He said, if your God is asleep, I'll give you more time. But this is a man-made thing. What we are facing now is a man-made thing. Atiku cannot tell you he didn't know anything about it. Then their chief executive is the richest man of Nigeria. So it's him that using his trailer to doing all these things, because he wanted to build the largest refinery so that it can be supplying the whole world. Let's wait and see what God will do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So don't be in a hurry, because this thing happened again in Exodus. He said the Pharaoh that came did not know the good work of Joseph. And he said when they are put into bed, triangulate their male child. Why? For the Israelites not to be free. But when they were going, they said the Egyptians were busy burying their dead ones. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
And let's wait and see. And the Lord did not go through the road. He made them to go through what? The Red Sea. That's Exodus 14, from verse 10 to 16. The last word in that Exodus said, the Egyptian you see today, we are going to write the story of all what is happening. Because of this thing they wanted to do, that was the reason why they scrapped history in all the tertiary institutions. But history will talk, history will tell, and history will point. Let's see how it goes. Be prayerful. I told all Nigerians, before you go to bed, use Psalm 109. If you are the causer of this trouble, they will win. But if we are not the causer of the problem, no Yoruba can go and lay ambush in Kano. No Yoruba who can go and lay ambush in Benue. We don't need all these things. Then where are the retired generals? But do you know they have been planning this thing for so long? They've been planning it. But God has been intervening. What they planned for June 1 was not what they are doing now, because they believe when they are going to put their own person, disgrace Tinubu, disgrace everybody, then if there's going to be any trouble. That was the reason why they don't want the student to be in school. It was a deliberate action. Because if the students are in school now, they will not be able to do the delegates. You will see the Fulani going to school removing people. You know what I'm saying? So the strike was deliberate. And that's why the Lord said they pray, and you never fail.
Yes.
Then the next one is the marketers. Then the NEPA, they will tell us for all the month of March that the grid has failed. So we'll not be able to have
power.
Because they're going to carry their dirty out in the night. And when you see all those Fulanis at the end of all your streets, they knew the important people in the street to kill. So that's why they are selling you rodo before you die. We are just like when you are giving your goat yam to eat. You should not get, but for a day is coming when the yam and the goat will be in the same pot. So, but God is there. And God is telling me there will be no tension. We are going to lose a lot of people, but some people will still stand. You get the point?
Yes, sir.
So at the end of the day, when you look at what happened In the book of Job, too, he said, I have gone fro. That was when the arrogancy started. Buhari and his people are Satan. He said, we have traveled fro. Nobody will spare. We want to get the land for, and who caused our trouble is Fayemi. He did all the geological work and everything and handed it over to our enemy. All what Awolowo kept back before, Fayemi made it known to them. So they were so worried about taking the land, but they cannot. They cannot. And when you look what will happen, the international community will step in before the end of this year. Submarines coming to our water. That's what the Lord revealed. And they are going to use a helicopter to pick all these people out. Through the northern intervention and the voodoo people, they will pick all these people out of the... We've lost a lot of life. We lost on daily basis. The arrest from all the people traveling, people got missing every day. Do you remember the time of Obasanjo? This same Buhari, when they were planning putting bomb into the local flights, we'll be suffering in their hand. But we should let God himself. Nobody is feared to die. If you capture anybody, once you put the knife on his neck, he don't worry again. It's when you are still pursuing them, they can even have the fear. No problem. We all are going to die. So they are not killing us to cover their own day of death. So don't worry. But they are going to pay for all these things. Because the Bible says, thou shalt not kill. Exodus 20, from verse 10, he said it. But Yorubas are too relaxed. Yorubas are too relaxed. Yoruba like money. And we're not supposed to like money. We must like work. What is the salary of Oshibajo before? What is the salary of Amechi? And look at the NDTC. Look at what they are doing there.
Go.
They wanted to render the Bayelsa area useless. When Dangote refinery, how can the government fail in producing oil? Then one person now will be able to do it. Are we thinking at all?
No, sir.
The Jebu people are even flexing Mosul. They are going to support Oshibajo. It's after if he's being picked. What's he going there to do? What is he going to tell us? When they kill somebody in Benue, the Oshibajo went there. So they need the southern vote now. They need us now. That's why they go to where they kill people, because they want to do Congress. Then Tinubu, do they need to? What is 25 million doing in that church? Is it bringing back that life? Since they've been killing people in Delta everywhere, has Tinubu been there before? So, my brother, let who is filthy, let it be filthy here. When you look at the book of Revelation 22 verse 11, he's there. Only ẹni tó sòótọ́, ẹ jẹ́ kó máa sòótọ́ nìṣó. Ó ní èmi ń bọ̀ kankan, èmi ṣì ń bẹ pẹ̀lú láti sọ fún olúkúlùkù gẹ́gẹ́ bí iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ti rí. Yes.
Ẹni tí ṣe aláìṣòótọ́.
Ó lè ká lóyìnbó fún wọn.
He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Yeah.
And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
Yes.
And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to as his work shall be.
Because when Deborah died in is it Katsina, that they said that lady that was saying Jesus is one.
Is it Katsina or Sokoto?
Is it Sokoto? Sokoto, at that college, Shagari College in Sokoto, when they born College of Education, when they born her down, they responded. I didn't see. She was just saying, "Jesus, make me to pass my exam and all that." Article was said, his PA media has already gone to town to say this is a bad act. But when some people started saying to him that we're not going to give you our vote, so you are like this, you are like this, he quickly removed the whatever on his Twitter. And till today, the thing has catch up with him. He didn't know what to say. But today now, when it happened or what they said, he has made this statement. I don't know. Maybe they say it's a terrible thing or something like that. But does it mean that our leaders are not correspondingly fair?
You know, when somebody is in under spell, a lot of things can happen.
Under a spell.
They're under his spell. So I don't want to talk anything about article. Somebody who bought something for a woman, because they separated, you are cultivating those back. That's a animalistic behavior. And that type of person said he want to be president. Is there any sense in Atiku's head? Atiku was just in, I say he's a nurse. How do you think I can allow my son to be a nurse? So my brother, leave Atiku and his trouble. Then the one of Deborah, God will do justice. You cannot kill. You know, when you kill by bullet, be sure that thing will still hang around your family. It may not be today or tomorrow. All those that have hand in the killing of that lady will pay with their life. No problem. They can kill whatever they want to kill in Nigeria. You know, we are harmless. And even they said they are planning now that maybe by the month of October, the soldiers will be going everywhere, ransacking houses. What is the problem? What are they ransacking? So after ransacking everything, we pay them salary. Then the Fulani from Italy, the Fulani from Italy, from everywhere, they will not come in. So you only have knife and cutlass. So they will not fire you from the this. Is there any sense in that?
No, sir.
Who brought in the AK-47? He's the government in power. You remember the Alzheimer who was granting an interview. He said this government has come to put them in trouble. One Fulani man. He said in those days we have been using the stick, sanda, to pilot the car to everywhere, and then we are friendly with everybody. Not on one night when they start giving us AK-47. The government. So, and later they said, oh, they are using that to guide the animal. What is it guiding animal? The truth will be, when you look at the book of Revelation 14, from verse 14, so everything is there. So the Lord bless you.
Amen, sir.
And behold a white cloud. And upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, trust in thy sickle, and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
It's only the angel who can do that. But Buhari and his people cannot tell us the judgment has come. So but only make a mistake. Because he said if bad people is on the throne, bad thing will be happening. But if good person is there, but God says I'm the one that has the mind of the king. So let us wait and see. When it is time to do everything, when you get to the toilet, if they are contributing money in the church and you run to the toilet, you can stay there for 1 hour. But for you not to confuse people, you can flush the toilet and see maybe you release some feces. But if naturally you are pressed,
yes, sir,
you cannot stay 30 minutes before you finish the place. So we should leave them to do whatever they want to do. But let us be praying all night. You said we should pray without ceasing. But I want to let you know something.
Yes, sir.
When you look at the book of Luke 22, what Nigeria needed now is Luke 22, from verse 30. Can somebody read? Luke 20 from verse 30.
Luke 22 or 20?
22.
That ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And he said unto the Lord, I am ready to go with thee, but into prison and to death. And he said, I tell thee, Peter, the cock shall not crow this day, but before thou shalt thrice deny that you know me.
That's all. Before the cock crow, That's what the leader was trying to tell us.
Sir.
But now, don't worry. And when you are going out, don't move in the night, because you don't know who is your neighbor. And then the people on your street too. You see everywhere now, when you see every 50 Yoruba, you see 80 Fulani Hausa people. Go to the abattoir, that's where they are sleeping. So waiting for when they're going to give them order to what? To strike. Then when you go back to the book of Matthew 26, Matthew 26, from verse 51 to 55. Yeah.
And behold, one of them which were with Jesus stretched out his hand, and drew his sword, and struck a servant of the high priest, and smote off his ear. Then said Jesus unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall...
Do you understand that English?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that English?
That English, yes. He wanted to defend his master.
What did he not say? He said, return the sword back to where it is.
He said that he that...
Get armed.
All that take the sword...
Look for arms. Get ready. Get ready. Not with table knife. Try and look for something to protect yourself. And if you said this, whether Old Testament, look at Revelation 13. He said it there. From verse 10 to 13.
And I saw one of his heads, as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwelt in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Make war with whom?
With the saints.
Are we not innocent?
Very innocent, sir.
We didn't have job in their regime. They didn't commission road. They didn't commission factory. They didn't commission anything. All the people that was even having their way during the Buhari and Obasanjo's Tinubu regime and then Osinbajo regime are those people who kidnap. That is what we celebrate every day. 10 people will go out, 5 will come back home. But God never stopped giving babies to the country. And the people living abroad too, they're having babies. You get the point?
Yes,
so that's the reason why we need to wait on the Lord, and what they are planning, they will fail.
Amen.
They will what? They will fail. How can somebody cause trouble in Ore and escape through Benin to Kano?
That's impossible, sir.
Then how can somebody go and collect money as a machinery?
Well, we are continuing in the discussion again, and it has to do with some of the prophecies that God has allowed to come to pass, especially in the book Revelation 20:22 by the prophet, the Nostradamus of our time, Prophet Dr. MKO Tibetan. The book is still very much around. It was launched in London Easter Monday and launched in America, in Chicago, Illinois. That is 2 weeks ago. And a lot of people are asking for it, and some of the revelation has always and have been coming to pass. Sir, one of the discussion you put out in the book and is about what happened. You call it that our DNA has been tampered with, sir. Sir, what is going on now? This morning now, there are a lot of contestants that have been converging at the APC. It has become almost rancorous, and there is one of them, that's Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who went out the other day and he said, Èmi ló kàn, ẹgbẹ́ kìíní wá, èmi ló kàn, ẹgbẹ́ kìíní wá, èmi ló kàn. Then he said he was the one that put Buhari there, that it's payback time. Then we also have Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who was the former Attorney General under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we have a governor, an Igbo governor, David Umahi from Ebonyi State. And we have Governor Kayode Fayemi, who is the chairman of the Governor Forum in Nigeria now. He's a war studies expert with a baritone voice. And he has been able to manage. He was a former minister, too, of the Federal Republic. Then I think we have another one. Who is the next one? We have Governor Rotimi Amaechi, okay, the Minister for Transport, former governor of Rivers State, former speaker for 8 years, former governor for 8 years, and now minister for 8 years. And the NWC are saying that they should push it to the south, to the south, that if the South are fighting among themselves, then that means they will give it out to the north on the part of good. So, but yesterday we had Adamu Consensus, who pushed the Senate President Lawan, and when he pushed him, a lot of people got mad, and some people said, "No, you can't do this, can't do this." Since that time, yesterday, it appears that he has gotten mad. His phone has gone. People have been trying to call him. That's the former governor Adamu, who is the chairman of the APC now. He has run out of circulation. Then they said 7 NWC members rejected Lawan. Tinubu, Osibajo, Fayemi, others who delegate the presidency rubbishes Tinubu's claim of helping Buhari to win. The Inamani have also stepped down, and another governor, I think Governor Badaru, has stepped down I don't know, is it Jigawa? Then I won't impose anyone. Delegate will elect APC candidate, Buhari says. So with what is going now, do you think Emilio Kan should be given the power that Tinubu, who went to Abeokuta last week, he go to get angry and abuse Buhari and said Buhari appears to be ungrateful, and that a lot of people has helped. He even called the governor of Ogun State Eleyi, that Yoruba Shey Mini, Shey Eleyi, Shole that the governor. So, and they have now turned the governor to the Eleyi of Ogun State, and it appears that a lot of things are going wrong, sir. So, but what do you think is going to be the future under this chaotic situation, sir? Because you said in the book that our DNA has been tampered with, and some of the revelations about politicians are already coming to pass in the book.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.